Now, to discuss some of the issues and some of the symbolism raised by this extraordinary ceremony today, I'm joined by Congressman Chaka Fattah. He's a representative from Philadelphia, the great city of Philadelphia, and he served there for 20 years. Chaka Fattah, thanks for joining us on the roof. There was so much symbolism here. We had 50 years since Martin Luther King gave his famous speech on the Mall, 150 years since Abraham Lincoln and the emancipation of the slaves. But does that symbolism actually make a difference beyond the rhetoric of the speech?
Well, there is a connection between symbolism and substance. For our country, the symbolism of the inauguration, a new beginning, the transfer, or in this case, the reaffirmation of power, is a very important symbol for our democracy and for democracies around the world. But in terms of the diversity, and there's no country with a more diverse population than our own, for African Americans, for the fact that you heard Spanish freely spoken from the podium today. You heard the poetry and the song of tremendous artists, very diverse. But you heard the president really speak to the challenges facing our country and the fact that he's not going to retreat on the critical issues facing our country.
Because I was going to say, it's a very defiant speech, and it was a bit of a snub to his opponents as well. He was basically reminding them of why they'd lost this election. Can you basically issue that kind of snub and talk about unity in the same breath?
Well, he said, and what is important is that we're not going to have unanimity. And that's why we have a democracy. We have different points of view. The president believes that we can have reasonable gun safety laws. The president believes that we can lead in terms of renewable energy. And we see countries all across the globe, Germany and Europe, investing in renewable energy. We need to do likewise. So there will be his political opponents. What he's saying is that we don't have to be disagreeable, even though we disagree.
Now, I was down in the crowd and there were literally tens of thousands of African Americans, and of course they also voted. Your community voted for him in huge numbers, but many are frustrated that not enough has been done for them, especially in economic terms.
Well, the truth will be that throughout our country there's always going to be an impatience in terms of progress. But as Dr. King said 50 years ago today, that we can now see progress, we can see the promised land. We have to work together. And when the president talked about the role of citizens, there has to be a impatience among the public to demand change. And what President Johnson said to Dr. King for the civil rights, he said, we'll do the change that you demand of us.
Chaka Fattah, thank you very much indeed. Well, there you heard it from the congressman from Pennsylvania. There'll be more from me later in the program as we witness the presidential parade, the motorcade, the president and his first family walking back towards the place they call home, the White House. See you later.
Matt, I'm envious of you tonight. We'll be back with you, and that'll be a joy. Thank you very much.